Hi guys, so yeah, we are going to be drafting the back pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do here, remember for the front we used a neck width of 5 inches, so this is also a neck width of 5 inches. Okay, so and I'm going to the dress has a lacing at the back. Okay, there's a lacing at the back of the dress, so that's the first thing I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to open it up by 2 inches. So by the time it's done on the both side, that means it's 4. So if I choose 1, it's 2. So now that I'm choosing 2, you know, once you want to lace your dress, you need to minus some inches. So I'm just going to use the same measurement all through. 2 inches at the top and 2 inches at the bottom. Okay, that is exactly what I'm using. So but I'm going to be replacing this is where my loop is going to sit. Okay, this is where my loop is going to sit. So now I'll come over to the neckline. So because for the front I used an off the shoulder, remember that one part was having an off the shoulder and the other part wasn't having, the other part was having sleeve. Okay, but this quarter bodice is just going to be enough for me to draft it. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to try, I'm going to use the same measurement that I used for the back, which I used 6 inches. Okay, I use 6 inches for the front, rather, sorry, as my new neckline for the off shoulder. So I'm also going to be using the same 6 inches for the back. So I'll connect my dart all the way up to that place. So I also connect my panel to that place. So either you are using eyelet or you are using loop. Okay, so but because this client is modest, we are going to be having a modesty panel. The client doesn't just want the back to be open. I'll link a picture here. A modesty panel is where you want to replace a panel to cover that space of this part that we're going to minus. So now that I have 2 here, I'm going to replace the same 2 here, and I'll add 1 inch for joining allowance. I have 2 and replace the same 2, and I'll add another 1 inch for joining allowance. Okay, for the modesty panel. So I'll do this into a straight line. I'll connect it. So this is just me doubling the amount that I'm going to minus from my body. So I'm minusing 2 inches here, so I'm replacing the same 2 inches and I'm adding 1 inch to it. So this total part is my modesty panel. So this is everything I'm going to cut. This is modesty. Okay, so I'm going to be using my tracing wheel to trace all of this out, or if I don't want to trace it, if I'm not going to use this pattern again, I can just as well cut out this part as my modesty panel. So but before I do that, I'm going to now be connecting my neck wideness like so. So I'm going to connect from there here. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So now we can cut. This part is totally going to go away, but this part is also going to go away from the bodies, but I'm going to cut it out and use it as my modesty panel. So if you find this confusing, you can ask me questions. So I'm just going to cut like so. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to cut from here because I'm taking 2 inches away from the body of this pattern so that you can have lacing at the back. So now this is what I'm going to now be using to cut out my modesty panel. So I'll keep that aside. Then I'll cut like so. So now this is what I have for the back pattern, and this is the modesty panel. I'm going to use it to replace it when I lace it. Okay, it's not going to be inside. The client's back is no longer going to be showing. Okay, so this is the reason why you call it a modesty panel. Instead of having the whole of this space open for the client's skin to be showing, or your skin rather, this will not be a modesty panel that will be on the inside. So I hope this is clear on how to draft a modesty panel. It's very, very simple.